Hey guys, welcome back. I'm back with a new video of MuleSoft Online Learning. So in this video we will be discussing about what are the different ways of setting up your local machine for development purposes for MuleSoft related stuff. So um, I hope you will enjoy the different approaches which I am going to suggest in this video. So let's start with it. So guys, first of all the question arises like how to build the Anypoint Studio related stuff. So how to code? There should be an IDE, integrated development environment, right? So for that, MuleSoft offers Anypoint Studio, that is the in-house product from the MuleSoft through which you can directly download the trial version and you can start coding on your own. So this is the main page of uh, MuleSoft LPDL Studio, and it gives the option to download the Endpoint Studio for 30-day free trial. You just have to go to this particular site and select your operating system accordingly. It gives the option for Windows, Mac and Linux. In my case it is Windows, so I will select Windows and click on this I agree to MuleSoft license agreement and privacy policy and go for download. As a part of this Anypoint Studio 7.4.2, this is Anypoint Studio 7 and it will be running on MuleSoft Runtime 4. It asks to download the OpenJDK 8 as well. So there is a direct link to it. You can directly right click on it and go for the new tab and it will open up the Adopt OpenJDK. So it is always preferable to go with the latest release, but it should be a stable one, right? So this is the latest release and we will download it. Simply click on it and it will start the download on your downloads folder in Windows. So apart from the Anypoint Studio which can be downloaded from LPDL Studio site, there is one more way to download the full version, but that is pretty much specific because it will include your corporate relationship and how the vendor and client relationships are being maintained, because it comes with a MSA signature from both the parties. Okay, so there is a help.mulesoft.com. If you are having a premium subscription from the MuleSoft, then you should be having the credential to log into this particular site. So let me guide you like from where we can find it. So this is the home page on the help.mulesoft.com site, and um, go to the support page and there will be download category. Go for the download category and there will be the different tabs if you can see just now. So here you can see studio is there, Mule Runtime, gateways, Mule Agent, security, MMC. MMC is already end of life now. ESG and Tomcat servers. So let's concentrate only about the Anypoint Studio for now. Since this is a Windows machine, I will go for Windows 64-bit. Simply click on download and it will start downloading as it is shown below. Apart from that, you may also require to download the Mule Runtime. The latest version which is currently subscribed by MuleSoft is 422 HF2. So what is this HF2 means? HF2 was being launched recently because on 19th of April, I think, no, 19th of March, it is being identified like there are some serious security flaws in the 422 latest Mule runtime, and they have provided a you can say patch on top of it which is being named as HF2. So go with this download button and you can download it. So similarly, like this is for the subscription based downloads and it um, doesn't have any like limitations on like it is only 30 days. But if you don't have this particular relationship with the MuleSoft for downloading all their softwares, the other way could be to download it from the public site. So similar to the studio, within the LPDL there is a Mule ESB Enterprise. Just go for this particular link. I will paste the same link in our comment section as well. Just click on this I agree to MuleSoft license agreement and privacy policy. Click on download and it will start the download as well. Okay, so let it happen in the background. Apart from that, we will also require a Maven setup for all of your local repositories and all the other open source dependency setup within the your project. I will show you like how to configure it as well. So you have to go to Maven Apache org, download CGI page, and I will give the link of the same in our comment section as well. You have to click for the source zip archive, and 363 is the version which we will be using. So if you click on it, it will start the download. So just for the demo purpose, I have already downloaded all these stuff in my local machine. So here you can see I am having this Anypoint Studio. I am having this 422 HF1 I have downloaded, but it will be the same as HF2. The process will remain same. However, I will suggest to go for the HF2 version, and there is a Apache Maven 363 bin as well. Okay, so let's start with it. Um, we will start with OpenJDK first. So once it is being downloaded, you have to just go for the installation manual. Um, it's simply like there is a MSI file will be there, and you can go directly on installing the same. Okay, you have to select the JDK version of it. There will be a zip file will be there, and you have to set the path accordingly to the Java home. And after Java hyphen version, if you type, you should be able to see the latest version of Java on your machine. Okay, it's pretty much straightforward. So how it will look like? So, so you have to just go to your command prompt and type Java hyphen version. Okay guys, so as you can see, I am using Adobe OpenJDK 180.242 version. And similarly, for Maven, how to set up Maven? Okay, so for Maven, you have to simply extract the Maven zip file and place it onto your C drive in my case. So I have just extracted that Maven zip file into uh, C drive directly over here, and this is pretty much it. Okay, so what extra we need to set up? So we need to set some of the environment variables. So let me show you. Okay, so I will show you what environment variables are required to set up for Maven as well as for Java. So give me a moment. So m2 underscore home. M2 suggests the Maven repository home. So in our case, we have extracted the Maven onto the C drive directly. So just click on new. Just type m2 underscore home. Give the value of this variable as C Apache Maven 363, where you have extracted the folder zip file. And similarly, you have to create the Java home. You have to give the location of Adobe OpenJDK once it is being installed. So let me show you. You can directly go for browse directory, and you have to locate this file. So it will be somewhere inside program files. Okay, so here it goes, and we have to select a bit inside somewhere. So here it goes, Adobe OpenJDK. You have to select the hotspot, and that's fine. That's all. After creation of M2 home and Java home, the next thing is to update the path. Okay, so in the path you have to just append these values. uh, just make sure this JDK entry is at the very top of your path variable values. And apart from that, you have to also set up M2 home bin. I will tell you like why bin is being required. So just to keep it as it is as I am showing to you, and that's pretty much it. Okay, and okay, so this is it. And I have extracted Anypoint Studio zip file from my downloads to under C drive Anypoint Studio. So it will look like something like this, and you have to check for the Anypoint Studio ini file, that is the configuration file. Just open it with any editor like Notepad++ or Ultra Edit, and here you can see there are certain entries which you may require to set up. The first of all, this is the first one. This is the VM. So it comes automatically either with the same Studio INI comes with the JDK, or if it gives any error while launching this Studio, like something JDK version is not available, then you have to uncomment this particular line and point it to your Java home directory and locate this java w.exe. So in my case, it will be somewhere around program files, open JDK, hotspot, bin, then I will look for Java, sorry guys, Java w.exe. So up to this path I need to supply onto this particular file. So for now I will keep it as it is. And apart from that, many of the times people complain like, oh, this 742 version of Studio is very slow, so it's better to go for 6 version. No, no. So there is a way to change that values. This is XMS and XMX. So minimum and the maximum heap size it will take up, the Studio will take up. So you can increase it accordingly to your RAM size. Currently I'm using a 12 GB of Windows machine, so and at 512 megabytes and 1 GB of XMX it is working fine, so I will keep it as it is. Otherwise I can increase these values accordingly. Apart from that, you can also see one of the OSGI file location, this thing. So whenever you open your Anypoint Studio, it will locate the user home. Inside the Anypoint Studio, it will try to create a studio workspace. This is like one of the default workspace location. So you can edit it accordingly, or you can edit it from the main studio page itself. So I have downloaded it and trying to open the Anypoint Studio for you now. So we will try with a sample application, uh, and we will try to run it as well. So in the meanwhile it gets loaded. um, we need to set up one more thing, Apache Maven onto the Mule Anypoint Studio 7.4 version as well. So I will show you that as well. So till the time it gets loaded, I will pause this video for a while. So after selecting the workspace, that is the default studio workspace, I am not going to change it. I will go with the default settings only. So as you can see, there are certain tabs like this is the package explorer, this is the console log. You can see over here like what is going to happen when we are running the mule runtime. This will show the mule palette. As of now it is not showing because both of these projects are in the closed state, and this will be the main canvas on which we will be going to create all our logic, the flows basically. Okay, so we will wait for a couple of minutes till the time this 422 latest version gets downloaded or gets set up in your workspace correctly. So within Windows, click on the Windows and go for the preference, and you have to search for Maven. Okay, so it will come under Anypoint Studio, the Maven, and here you can see like you have two options. Either you can use the embedded Maven installation, that is 339, which comes as a default with Anypoint Studio, or you can override that particular file location. That is the one which we have already extracted on our C drive. So after that, it gives the option to set the Maven local repository. So this is the 363 bin is our local repository. This is the M2 home environment variable which we have created, and we will go and check the test Maven configuration whether all is correct configured or not. It will take couple of seconds, and so you can see it is tested properly. It shows all the Maven home location, along with it what is the Java version which is being used, and what is your default OS name, what is the version, what is the architecture of your processor, and all the things, the relevant thing it will show up. So by this we can confirm our Maven repository is correctly set up. Okay, we will apply and close. Okay, one more thing, like you will be wondering what is this security path is all about. So the security path you can set up whenever there is a username password sort of thing you are setting up for a particular server while connecting to a repository artifactory like JFrog or Nexus something. You can specify the encrypted password onto the security file, and we will going to discuss about that in one of the later videos as well. So I will hit apply and close, and here you can see the all initializing the mule runtime that is gone now. So we will create a sample or basic um, mule for application. We will right click over here, go for new project. I will type first demo. uh, this is the mule runtime. If you are having multiple mule runtime in your machine, it will give the list of it and you can select it accordingly. But I would suggest to go for the latest mule 422 um, mule server only. That will be better approach because it comes with a lot of other functionalities and the security bug fixes as well. So click on finish and it will start creating the basic structure, the skeleton of the first demo application. We will give it a minute to set it up. So this first demo application is finally set up, and you can see there are some of the palettes which are by default gets added up to the project structure. Those are core, HTTP, and the sockets. And the same you can locate on left hand side within the package explorer as well. This is the HTTP. Along with that, in the JDK, the version which we have downloaded and set up, the mule server which we have configured during the while we were naming the first demo application. Apart from that, the socket file, and there is one more pom.xml, and it is being universal throughout the different mule and the other Eclipse based projects, and it will be very handy in our Mavenized project deployments and other stuff. So let's quickly start with the first demo app. We will bring in the HTTP listener, and we are going to set up a logger. It's a bit slow, sorry for that. So guys, I have set up the listener, and after that I have drag and drop the logger part into the canvas area, and similarly the set payload and after the logger. Now let's quickly configure the listener part first. So here you can see the listener and connection configuration. We will click on plus, that is the add button, and here you can see the by default and the port it picks up is 8081, but I will suggest you to first go for a test connection in order to make sure this 8081 is available. So I have clicked on it, and in the meanwhile you can see the host it is being by default is your local host. We will give it a minute while it sets up the, well, it checks as well as it tests the connection availability. So here you can see the address already in use because I was using 8081 on my Nexus repository as well as on some of the other stuff on and off. So the best thing to avoid this is to change the port number. I will go with 8082 and let's quickly click on test connection whether it is available. Yes, it's available. So okay, click OK, and we will set up a path. So let's set this as demo. We will go for advanced, and allowed method we will try with get. Okay, logger. So in the logger we will put a very generic message like flow is initiated, and within the payload we are going to set up a payload simply like a timestamp in a particular format. Okay, so this will dd hyphen mmm hyphen whatever, and within it, to make it very specific, I'm going to add the timestamp in HMMSS format as well. Similarly, in the logger, I'm going to put a generic message like flow completion, flow completed. Okay, save it, and this is pretty much of it. Okay, so let's run it. Right click and right click, run the first project. So as you can see now, the console is getting updated. It is running the mule server in the background. Just setting up all the things. Let me expand this particular window and do a word wrap on it so that you can see all the entries. So you can see there are certain files it looks for, like mule agent, it is setting up REST service, no security. So because we have skipped that particular part, and here you can see the default domain is default. It has exploded the mule artifact archive, that is firstdemo.jar or application.jar. It is initializing the application, the first demo. We will wait till it shows like started app first demo. We will give it a minute. So here you can see it is being deployed. The 1 second, let me set it up again. I need to reset the perspective as it was before. 1 second, guys. I need to reset so that console window can come up again. So here you can see the first demo app is started and it is being deployed. I have opened up a Postman or REST API client, whatever you want to use. It can be a Postman, it can be a SOAP UI or ARC, that is Advanced REST Client. This is our local host 8082 port of HTTP listener, and this was the URL path. I will click on send. Let's see if it is getting updated in the background or not. It's taking some time. So here you can see the response is 200. Okay, that is all is successful. This is the payload which we have set up in DDMMM HHMMSS, and we will check for the logs. So logs, we have added 2 logs like flow initiated, flow completed. So it's all well, that ends well, right? It's running fine, and we have set up our uh, Mule Anypoint Studio quite comfortably on your local machine. I hope you like this video, and do let me know if there are any concerns, any point you missed out, or you want to connect back on any of the specific issues which you have faced on any of your machine, be it on a Windows or on a Mac machine. And that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video. So hit like, share and subscribe button, and meet you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.